the hottest musicians in Nigeria. And tonight, he's making his national television debut right here on The Monique Show. Give it up for Tuface Idibia.
Nice to see you.
Y'all give it to him, Tuface. Welcome, brother. Welcome. And it is an honor
Thank you.
for you to make your national television debut
Yep.
right here on The Monique Show.
Yes.
And to all of our Nigerian brothers and sisters out there,
Sir.
hello, my family members. Now, Tuface.
Yes, sir.
Tuface. How did you get the name Tuface?
Okay, Tuface for me was just a way of, giving myself a name that relates to every human being. And that is basically me that you see on TV and the real me that is me that's sitting right here, right now, So when you see people from afar, you have a different impression about them. But the real person is if you get to meet the person and actually know the person. So for me, that's Tuface Idibia.
And we're going to really get to know you right here on the couch at
No
The Monique Show.
No shaking.
No shaking?
No shaking. It means that no problem. It means ce n'est pas problème.
I know Tuface. I'm just trying. How to go? No. What is it?
No shaking. No shaking.
No shaking.
No wahala. Yeah.
No wahala. No shaking.
Yes,
this is what I'm
sir.
saying to
Yes,
y'all on the
sir.
Monique Show, baby. You get informed from all over the world. You have scientists. You have ancient artifact experts.
Yes,
and then
sir.
you have Tuface from Nigeria that's going to tell us about any African myths with the ancient aliens. Did y'all have any of those kind of myths?
I think we had some aliens in the form of, like, we had this Shango. Have you heard of Shango before? Anybody heard of Shango before? Shango?
They from Africa. You gotta be if you've heard of it, because none of us know what it is. Tell us what it is.
There's a
Tuface.
couple of them, Shango, god of thunder, came down to protect his people, and anybody that messes with his people, thunder strikes straight up, So Shango is like, for me, that's an alien story,
That's alien protectors.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know about Shango, Giorgio?
No, it's the first time, but I'm always learning, so this is wonderful.
He's going there next week now.
Absolutely.
Now that you said it. Exactly. His hair will be even more. Yeah, Friday, they call him Debo.
Now, Tuface,
Yep.
you and I have a connection.
Yes.
And I am so proud to see you
Yes.
sitting right here, right now. Tell the world our connection.
Wow, man. A couple of years ago, I had the honor and the privilege of, having my song, featured as a soundtrack in the Monique Fat Girls movie. That was so amazing for me. It was one of the high points in my career. And, you might not remember this, but when she came to Nigeria for the AMA Awards in 2007,
Yes.
yes, I met her backstage and I was a big fan. I was like, hey, Monique, what's going on? How about you? Everything cool? No shaking, no shaking. Yes, sir.
I love it.
And
now,
I took a picture with you. I have it in my house. It's a big frame in my house right now.
Really?
Yes,
Thank you, brother. We must take a picture tonight so
Live.
that we can have one in the penthouse
Live.
with Tuface.
Live.
I love it.
No shaking.
No shaky. It sounds like he's saying no. That's why I got to keep saying. It sounds like he kept saying. And I know y'all at home was like, is he saying what I think he's saying? Now, Tuface, with all of the fame right now, with all of the popularity right now, how do you deal with the media, the fame? How do you deal with those pressures, if it's any?
Definitely there is, I just try to keep my focus and try not to let anything that is being said, in the papers or, I just try not to let it, affect me, So I just try to just do my thing and stay focused. And as long as I know I'm doing my thing and staying focused and being positive, I put myself out there, so people are definitely going to talk about it. So that's how I'm.
If I could say this, I went over to Nigeria when I came over to do the awards, and as the plane was landing, I had never seen that kind of poverty before, but I had never seen that kind of beauty before. It was so beautiful because most people had a smile on their face. There was no complaining, there was no, and you look at us and we mad because we don't have the right shoes. So we're honored, brother, that you made the journey over here
Yes,
to
sir.
let your brothers and sisters over there know you putting it down for them.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Now, Tuface, what's the real name?
My real name is Innocent, as in not guilty. Innocent. Innocent Idibia. That's my real name.
Innocent.
Yeah,
Like
not guilty.
I love this. Innocent, not guilty. Describe your sound to us and tell us about your new album coming out.
Okay, my sound, I don't want to put myself in a box, but if I must, choose, my sound is R&B. And my own R&B is basically reggae and blues. You know what I mean? Reggae and blues. If you get my last album, Unstoppable, it came out last year. You can feel, a sample of R&B, my kind of R&B from Nigeria, from Africa. You can feel it on the Unstoppable album. But I'm working on the next one right now.
How is it when our brothers and sisters over there, the artists, is it a big deal to come to America and be accepted by the culture here as it is for us to come over there and it's like, oh my goodness, we're selling out in Africa. How is it for the artists to come from Africa here?
Yeah, it is definitely a big deal, a big deal. I mean, the desire of every creative person is to get their stuff out as worldwide as possible, and so it's a big deal for us to come out here to America and let the people feel us and feel the kind of flavor that we're having, understand where we're coming from and understand our kind of, interpretation of whatever kind of music that we do. So it's a big deal, and it is a big deal for every artist in the world to be known, now everywhere,
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
Tuface, because we like to connect, because BET for us stands for bringing everybody together, how would I say to my Nigerian brothers and sisters, I love you, and thanks for watching the Monique Show.
Wow. There's 250 languages in Nigeria.
No shaking, no shaking. No shaking, no shaking. Y'all know I love you. Y'all give it up for our baby Tuface and D-Bag. He's giving everyone in the audience a copy of the CD Unstoppable. Up next, Tuface performs African Queen. Y'all don't want to miss it. Penthouse Players, take us to the motherland, baby. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. Help me give it up for the Monique Show family. DJ Ant Love, Big Jim's Penthouse Players, and my main man, Mr. Rodney Perry. A special thanks to our out-of-this-world guests, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Giorgio Tsoukalos, and Tuface Idibia. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I hope this show tonight reminds us all not to take the limits of our own vision or others as the limits of the world. Just as Dr. Tyson told us, something does indeed exist beyond the horizon we see with the naked eye, both down here and up there. So in everything that you do, stretch your imagination, be willing to explore and look beyond the limitations that you see. And most importantly, always know there is much more for you beyond what others might see for you. Impossible is nothing. Now y'all know how we do this every night. I want you to take your beautiful arms, wrap them around yourselves and squeeze real tight. We've all just been hugged. We love you for free sugars. Now performing his song, African Queen. Please put your hands together for Tuface Idibia.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You are my African queen. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Hey. Just like the sun, light up the earth, you light up my life. Hey. The only one I ever see with a smile so bright. Hey. And just yesterday, you came around my way. You changed my whole scenery with your astonishing beauty. Oh, you could have make a brother sing. No ordinary thing, a supernatural being. And no, you are brighter than the moon, brighter than the star. Love you just the way you are. Girl, you are my African queen. I say you are the girl of my dreams. You take me where I never been, yeah. You make my heart go ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Oh, oh, you are my African queen. You are the girl of my dreams, and you remind me of a thing, yeah. And that is the African beauty. Yeah, yeah, I see. You are my African queen. Hey, all my African queens, make some noise, man. Let's take it. Yes, so after 4 million, you stand as one. We are standing one. Hey, I look into your eyes, and what I see is paradise. Hey, you captivated my soul. Now every day I want you more. I cannot deny this feeling that I'm feeling inside. Hey, no one cannot take your place. They cannot take your space. It's a fact I cannot erase. And no, you are the one that makes me smile. Make me float like a boat upon the Nile. Sing it, you are my African. Everybody help me sing it. The girl of my dreams. You take me there I've never been yet. You make my heart go ting-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, Lord, you are my African. You are my African queen. You are my African queen. Remind me of my thing. Hey, and that is the African. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. You are so beautiful. You see, I love you. 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 Who could think of anything better than you? Who could think of ever hurting you? I love you. I love you. I know what I am feeling in my heart and in my soul. Oh, I know that it is love. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love all of you.